Yo, what's good with y'all, young boys? It's your boy Zyndo back with another video. Today I have some special news for you, young boys. Today I got some exclusive 2K20 news. So I seen people like grinding, and I'm not calling anyone out, but I seen them just and badge plug and just I seen them miss lots of news, and I was like, damn, they missed lots of news. And when they're broadcast, it's because obviously they did as soon as it came out, so like it's hard to capture everything. But I have an in detailed video of breaking down everything. All right, let's just get right into it. All right, so starting off with motion engine upgrade. Proper footwork is a core foundation of basketball, and replicating that properly is vital to balancing the interplay between offense and defense. Without realistic movement, everything else falls apart. So what they're saying is that they want to make their game realistic. They're talking about proper footwork. They're just gonna be in detail about the footwork, I'm guessing. Right, that's what they're saying. In NBA 2K18, we introduced a new motion engine that moved away from the animation-driven quote-unquote system of earlier 2K games. The improvements to feel were immediately apparent when we made the switch, but the new tech surfaced some challenges that caused us to lose some of the control that we had over animation selection, sacrificing some of the authenticity of the motion. In short, some aspects of movement looked and felt way better, some took a step back. So what they're saying is like the challenges they had recently in 2K18 where they like grasped a new motion system, and yeah, they're just basically rambling, just it's an introduction right now. But now this is where we get into the juicy stuff. Our our motion team spent the past couple of years developing an upgraded motion engine with the aim of finding a happy medium. So what they're saying is the past couple of years they've been developing an upgraded motion engine. So okay, so that's from 2K18 to 2K19, that's to 2K20. Okay. And thanks to their hard work, movement in this year's game has taken a huge leap forward. Some of the advantages that you will immediately see and feel when you pick up 2K20 are better foot planting, momentum modeling, and motion style variation. Okay, so what they're saying is a big thing that they did was foot planting, momentum modeling, and motion style variation. So, okay, well, that makes sense. Motion style variation. Well, that's usually in every new 2K. Better foot planting. That's good. That means no L2 cheese. Okay, this means no L2 cheese. Because if you think about it, better foot planting. When someone's like, oh, a defender's in front of you, L2ing, right? You just run into him, right? Just because like that's the only thing you can do, and you just get stuck there. With better foot planting, that means you can step around him, so there's going to be no more L2 choose. That's what I'm guessing about this means. That's what everyone's hoping for. Players have a much better sense of weight and plant their feet properly when cutting or exploding from a stand. Okay, so yeah, so just like I'm saying, no L2 cheese, better explode, so like quicker defenders won't will be able to blow by others. And thanks to the addition of motion styles, you'll quickly feel the difference between a lumbering big versus a quick, explosive guard. Okay? Just like we all wanted bigs not being able to catch up to guards. The motion team has spent a lot of time researching and analyzing sprint speeds and acceleration time of real NBA players. This helped us tune our player speed to more accurately depict the speed of the NBA game, especially in the open court. This research also led us to redesign how the NBA game, how sprinting works. We really wanted sprinting to be a valuable resource and not something that everybody automatically does everywhere they go this year. You'll notice a flashing yellow effect around the stamina bar when your energy level drops below a certain threshold. Once hit, you'll quickly ramp down to run speed and get tired much faster. So it's important this year to pick and choose when you want to explode with your first step and not abuse the sprint trigger all game long. Okay, so basically they talked about lumber bigs not being able to catch up to guards, which that's what should happen because I don't see Rudy Gobert on the free throw line catching up to Russell Westbrook, who's on the three line on a fast break. That doesn't happen. But I see that like a rim protector from the free throw line, for example, in a pro game or something like that, running all the way down and just blocking, for example, a slasher. Like that makes no sense at all. Anyway, And then they talked about energy level and stamina bar. So yeah, like you won't be able to run down the court all game long. I mean, if you watch NBA players, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, but hey, that's how it is. Handles and sauce. Ball handle Ball handlers now have contextual awareness of specific situation on the court that they didn't have before. Pick and roll, wraps, splits, situational cuts, and backcourt versus front court movement are a few examples of where we made the ball handlers aware of his surroundings. Okay, so basically like better awareness of pick and roll, splits. So basically you'll be able to split. I'm guessing because whenever I get double teamed, like I just want to be able to split the defenders, you know. But like it's very hard because like 2K19 that wasn't an option, but 2K20 is going to be a new option, which is very cool. Signature dribble styles were another key focus for the motion system upgrade, allowing us to accurately portray the myriad of movement styles across the league. Okay, we added new concepts such as stop variation, dead leg punches, hezzy lifts, inverse, etc. Cuts and first types also vary greatly from one style to the next, allowing us to differentiate speedsters like De'Aaron Fox, John Wall, from players like DeMar DeRozan who move with more wiggle. LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and legends such as Kobe Bryant and Tim Hardaway have a signature dribble idle stand. Magic Johnson, John Stockton set up their offense with their unique movement, bringing the ball up court, while open floor players like Russell Westbrook and Giannis Antetokounmpo, just don't worry about it, get different sprint acceleration animation transition. There are 27 different styles that you'll see across the league that you'll also have to access in my career to create the type of ball handler you want. Okay, so basically they're saying you'll be able to portray players like Kobe Bryant or Tim Hardaway better. And for example, what they're saying is they're trying to make this game more realistic. They're just going in detail of like you can be like someone DeMar DeRozan who moves more with a wiggle, or like you can be a speedster like De'Aaron Fox or John Wall, Russell Westbrook, uh, or you could be someone like LeBron James or Kobe, or you could just play like Kobe or Tim Hardaway. That's what they're trying to say. You'll have around 27 different styles, and down here you'll see the different styles. There's base, big, power, fundamental, quick, slasher, shifty, James Harden, LeBron James, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Jerry West, Dennis Johnson, John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Tim Hardaway, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Isaiah Thomas, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, Stephen Curry, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. Okay, so these are the 27 different styles that we will have, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'd say so. Um, Going on, being successful ball handler is so much more about rhythm and change of pace. The new system gives you many tools to do that. Just by using the left stick, if you want to make your defendant look bad in the process, you're going to need some sauce. Hold up a minute. So when they mean left stick, what do they mean by that? Do they mean like you flick up your left analog stick, or like left and down, and it just does everything for you? Are they trying to make easier, or are they meaning you have to use your left analog stick? Is it going to be as hard as doing like a momentum spin back to a 3-point line? Is that kind of thing? That's what I'm kind of confused on this part. We'll have to see when 2K20 comes out. Moving on, this year we're introduced a new size-up mechanic that allows you to chain standing dribble moves together in a cleaner and more realistic way. Yes, thank you. I will. Oh, I like the 2K19 dribble moves, like just standing ones, are okay. They're pretty good, but like they just never felt clean and realistic. So like, cause you could just spam like a between leg, just like so fast you can't even see the ball, but it's not that clean, you know. It's clean, but it's not like realistic clean, if that makes sense. But and they're saying that they're gonna fix that this year, and they're gonna make more moves more realistic and look more cleaner with the size up ones. Every move is performed one by flicking the pro stick, and there's no pre-scripted sequences this year. Players, wait, hold up, let me just pause there. Every move is performed one by flicking the pro stick. Okay, so like I said, is it that's the mean just like you flick it up once and then that's it, and flick up and down on your pro stick and everything does is rest, or? But here they say there's no prescripted sequences this year. So like for example, when you're going up for a dunk, it's just not like I'm hoping it goes in. You actually have to know what you're doing. Or for example, when you're dribbling, you have to know what you're doing. That's what they mean, but no prescripted sequences this year. Like, and then they go on to say players have full control over whether they have lull defenders to sleep with a slow rocking crossover or pound the ball hard with the quick machine gun style crosses. Okay, so yeah, different styles. You can go either quick machine gun, whatever they mean, or pound the ball hard. James Harden has his patient patent between legs step setup moves. Kyrie Irving has an array of street ball handles. Allen Iverson has his big hezzy cross, and the list goes on. The new size up really gives you the freedom to create your own unique rhythm. When master, you'll be able to break off even the best on-ball defenders. Okay, pause there. Pause there. You'll be able to break off even the best on-ball defenders. So, if you master something, right? So what they're saying is we have the ability, us dribble gods, we have the ability to get past lockdowns. I don't know, but just from that, just from them saying that, I don't know how OP lockdowns are gonna be. So far, reading this in, or maybe lockdowns will be OP, but to a certain extent where playmakers will be able to get past them, which is perfect. Because if lockdowns can rip anybody except playmakers, hey, that's realistic to be honest. Because if you make a sharpshooter and you're trying to dribble with him, he should be stripped, right? But if I'm a 90, like I'm a playmaker with 90 ball handling and I boosted that thing up, so like let's say 99 ball handling, why am I getting stripped like it's nothing? Like I'm a glass cleaner trying to dribble in front of your face. That's what I didn't get in 2K19, but with this, I'm pretty sure they're gonna fix this, which I'm very happy for. So, but when over dribbling or trying to perform the wrong moves at the wrong time, you'll see players fumbling the ball or easily getting ripped by the defenders. Okay, yeah. So I've seen that lots of times where I fumbled the ball in 2K19, which I think they're just gonna bring that back. So it's nothing new, I don't think. Um, like when you get your stamina low and you try to do like you press square to do a step back, your guy sometimes fumbles the ball. Like that's usually for everyone. Depends on their stamina. But when over dribbling, yeah, or trying to perform the wrong move at the wrong time. So that makes sense. Like if someone's on your right side and you try to do behind the back to them, it should be a steal. Okay, that makes sense, right? Same thing. That's just same thing with 2K19. So I don't know if they're gonna fix much or what. Um, but also they say easily getting ripped by the defenders. So I don't know. I'm hoping that just means like if you go behind the back and a lockdown's on your right side, it should be a steal. Like that makes sense, but like I don't want to see, for example, like I'm just doing a momentum and then someone's just stealing the ball from me 24/7. I don't want to see that. Moving on, we're also giving players access to new advanced moves, including behind the back wrap escapes. Okay, Luka Doncic fake step back. Okay. Stutter chop step, new sham gods, and the fake sham hezzy that Will Bainham pulled out at the Big Three. Okay, okay. We're getting some new moves for our dribble gods. I like it, I like it. And even before you put the ball down, triple threat offense has been expanded as well, with a plethora of new moves including directional jabs, mid-step overs, shimmies, and new first steps. I'm excited to see how creative the community gets with all new ball handling tools at their disposal. Ankles beware. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Okay, so next we have read and react. But don't worry, we didn't neglect the defensive end of the floor. On-ball defenders will be happy to hear that we're providing more tools to help them lock down their checks as well. Internally, we'll be calling this read-react defense. When guarding the ball, defensive players will see small arrow under the ball handlers, indicating whether they're leaning or attempting to go. The arrow shows up at different times based on the defender's abilities, modeling the different reaction times between a poor defender and a great one. Let's just pause there. Give me a second. So, we just all got hyped up with a new ball handling. And what they're saying is lockdown defenders are going to have an arrow when to reach in. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. The arrow shows up at different times based on the defender's abilities. Modeling the different reaction time between a poor defender and a great one, anticipating the ball handler's movement properly and cutting off their attack will yield much more predictability outcomes such as stonewalling the dribbler, forcing a pickup, or causing a fumble. Thanks to the motion engine upgrade and its improved defensive footwork, as well as a greatly improved body upright system, one-on-one battles now resolve in much more predictability ways, showcasing the differences between attacking a flat-footed defender versus a highly skilled lockdown. Okay. Okay, so I like everything I've seen, like defensive footwork. I just don't know how I feel about the arrow. Because, for example, if like someone has a slow crossover, there's an arrow to the right side. He, see, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna be good or bad. We'll just have to see. Under the ball handlers, you'll also notice the indicator ring change from solid circle to broken up lines as the ball handler moves around the court or performs moves. The more broken up the circle, the more vulnerable the ball handler is to losing the ball. To further emphasize this, we retuned on ball steals to be much more predictable. So for NBA 2K20, it's more important to read what the ball handler is doing and reaching at the right times rather than running around randomly spamming the steal button. Okay, so they're trying to stop people just from spamming square, which they tried to do that in 2K19 with 2K18 with reaching fouls, all of that jazz, but or when you can get kicked out, I mean not reaching fouls, you can get kicked out from games. See, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if they're actually gonna try to make a stop from people just spamming square. Cause I like if you ever been in Pro Am or like if someone starts using all they do is just spam square. So I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully like if like people just spam squares, just spam square, they can like just reach in and like fall or something like that. Which like I don't want people to just like, for example, like the mechanic, like they spam square 3 times, and then for like the fourth or third time, whatever, like the playmaker can cross you over or something like that. For an example. Now moving on, shot solution and paint defense. Attacking and defending the rim was another area of focus for the gameplay team. I talked about the concept of shot solution a few years back. The basic idea in real life is that good slashers can find unique solutions to get through the defense when attacking the rim. For 2K20, we've completely re-architected layups and dunks to be fully branch-able mechanic. Okay? So, what they're saying here is fully branch-able mechanics, so like you'll be able to do whatever you want. So if you want to go with your right hand, which you're able to do, but I'm guessing they're making it more wide range where you can do more stuff. Um, so last year we introduced the ability to branch from certain layup gathers to dunk finishes. Okay, yeah. But for layups, once you hit the button, you mostly just watch a sequence play out from ground to air. Okay. The new gather feature allows you to kick off an advanced gather on the floor, read the defense and select how you want to finish that gather by redeflecting the pro stick as you take off. That's what I talked about earlier. That's what they meant by the sequence. You jump from the air, you just press square and just hope it's going to be maybe a dunk or see like they went from you can go from your right hand to your left hand to a reverse. They did all of that, but I think they're taking a new step up to being able to finish. Maybe you go up with your right at the start and then you finish with your left, something like that, which would be really cool to see. The new gather feature allows you to kick off an advanced gather on the floor. Read the defense and select how you want to finish that gather by redeflecting the pro stick as you take off. Say for example, you started a Euro gather, then saw the defender close in and you could redeflect the pro stick down to branch to a floater finish to avoid contact. Okay. This also allowed us to introduce a concept of gather resolutions. Forcing a gather into heavy traffic or directly into the defender will lead into jam-ups, but choosing the correct gather in open space will let you knife right through traffic. Okay. In addition to the Eurostep, Cradle, Hop Step, and Spin gather you've had access to before, you can now also perform half spin and cross spin gathers to get past your defender. Okay. So this is one thing I want to see, especially for slashers. You guys should get happy. It won't be like you just press square or like you do a flashy dunk and it's just the same thing. You'll be able to control what you do, which is really cool. And like I said, if you want to go with the right hand up, maybe you go with the left hand up. So you start off with the grab with your right hand, and you see a defender to your right. You could literally just switch to your left, or like a Euro step to a floater. That's what I'm guessing they're saying. So, just like the floor game, playing above the rim is also accompanied by a beefed up defensive counterpart. This year, we capture hundreds of new in-air collisions, hard fouls, grab blocks, and swats to let the rim protectors have their presence felt. Paint defenders who have good timing and decision making will force a reckon with, and you'll definitely have to think twice before going head to head against them inside. Zion Williamson, welcome to Team 2K. Uh, okay, that's random, but sure. Um, Post scorers can also look forward to a refreshed post game with new fakes, backdowns, and moves. While post defenders will also have access to an expanded post body system that will have help them with lockdown spins, drives, drop steps, and hop steps on the other end. Okay, but what I think they mean by Zion Williamson is because Zion's a slasher. They're just talking about slashers and rim protectors and all of that. So that's what they mean, I'm guessing. Working off ball, a couple months ago in the Ask a Dev quote-unquote segment on 2K TV, I teased that an upgrade to off ball was coming. Players spend 90% of the time on the floor without the ball, so we wanted to make sure that that aspect of our game was fully featured. On the offensive side, 2K20 brings back an old beloved feature, off-ball juke moves. Yes! We really wanted to make these to mirror the functionality of the ball handlers, so not only they return, they've also improved with simple pro stick gestures. Players also have access to fake first step spins and stutters that you can chain together or immediately branch out to perform flare cuts, dive to the hoop, or spot up for open J's. The moves are also broken down into 3 levels to separate elite off-ball players from the rest. The combo of new moves and off-ball movement make playing away from the ball much more of a skill game and let you recreate the epic battles we saw Klay Thompson and Steph Curry have against the Raptors in the playoffs. Okay, so that makes sense. They have better off ball. This also confirms no L2 cheese. I don't care what anyone says, it confirms no L2 cheese. A juke moves off ball, you'd be able to juke past the L2er. So, defensively, off-ball collisions were reworked from the ground to take advantage of the technical advancements we made to our body-up system over the past couple of years. If you can read where your off-ball offensive opponents are trying to go, you can cut them off and put them in a box, making them work extra hard for every look. Okay. Screens both on ball and away from the ball were also rebuilt and feature much better interactions between screeners and screen defenders. Okay, there you go. The new content offers complete control to help defenders navigate around the screeners much more effectively and get into better position without getting stuck on other players. We're also introducing the concept of quick screens performed by tapping the set screen button. It carries a high risk / reward. High risk, high reward. And it must be used sparingly, but can be a great tool to quickly rub your cutting teammate defender and slow him down just enough to help your teammate get open. Okay, now this seems like some L2 cheese. I don't know about you, but okay. You'll see loads of additional new content, including better roll / fade transitions, screen reject slips, screen blowups, and hard-hitting brick wall screens. And for you Sim heads, we're also giving you a manual switch screen. Simply hold the swap player button or double click the right stick to call for a switch and manually override your coach's screen defensive strategy. You'll also notice that AI teammates have the capability to dynamically roll fade to open space where before they were also set to a static location. So for you my league player, for you my league guys, there you go. I'm not really into my league or any of that, so the next step in AI. Our team prides itself in having the best AI in any sports game. Okay, I can agree on that. And NBA 2K20 continues to push the envelope in this area. On the offensive side, check out the new dynamic freelance engine. Your teammates will create intelligent off-ball motion without ever having to call a play. Look for them automatically run smart offensive actions for your best player, driven by the adaptive coaching engine or on-the-fly coaching, including off-ball screens and cuts to create scoring opportunities for themselves. This new system, in conjunction with the continuing evolution of ACE, makes running a structured offense much simpler for the masses. Okay, so that's good. AIs will be able to be a little bit smarter. They're upgrading them. That's good. Nothing really to explain here. They're just upgrading AIs. Savvy strategists can also take advantage of the new play action buttons. These are quick to access mini actions that can be called to create your own offense, floppy, receive, screen isolations, etc. And if you want to go deeper, you can even create a favorite play list in place of the play action buttons. I signed up to 8 of your favorite go-to plays last year. We introduced series actions, which were a big hit with Sim community. Their one request for this year was user created series, which we heard and bring to 2K20 now. You can turn your favorite plays into your own personal series action and even control how that series is run. Repeat on success, run through, call in order, dynamic, etc. Okay. AI defense is stepping up its game as well. The transition defense module has been rewritten and introduced some new options, including protect the perimeter and wall up. Okay, so protected perimeter and wall up. Huh. I actually have no idea what that means. The transition positioning and against elite downhill players. Also look out for new team specific and player specific adjustments in Nation, including Utah on ball adjustment to Harden in the playoffs, Toronto top block deny scheme against Curry, player specific takeover winners, legendary team and player adjustment adds and improvements. Okay. So what they're saying is you can adjust to, like, for example, if they have an Opal Harden, right? Like you can adjust to Harden just like Utah did. So that's great. And like you can also do, I'm hoping you can also do that in Pro-Am or Jordan Rack if they bring back Jordan Rack. So Toronto's top block deny scheme against Curry. Okay. Player specific takeover awareness. Legendary team and player adjustment adds and improvements. Okay. And one last note on the AI. In past 2Ks, the AI always used real player percentage when it came down to determine makes and misses. This could also often lead to robotic predictability outcomes. This year we've implemented the same shot time mechanics for the AI that players use. The result in much more human-like opponent and make even playing field. So while you can gap shooters more often when you're playing on rookie or pro, and see them break some shots due to bad timing, and you'll definitely want to hug up on shooters when you're playing on higher difficulty levels to avoid getting lit up with green lights. Speaking of greens, you can now customize your shot meter to have a green flash, splash, or splat effect. I know how much you guys love customization. Okay, so what they're saying is rookie or pro when you're playing Micro. Right off the rip, I know this. I'm going to be leaving my defenders open. They're missing everything. Obviously not everything, but let's be real. It's going to be real easy, just like how it always was in the rookie or pro. But on higher difficulties, All-Star, Superstar, this is where it gets kind of scary, because what they're saying is they're going to have green lights. So, as bad it is, like on Hall of Fame, like players making so much shot, it's going to be even worse this year. But what is really cool is have a green flash, splash, or splat effect. That's pretty cool because when you're making mixtapes like I did this year, it's gonna be so cool. I'm excited for that. I know how much you guys love customization. Okay, so going on to badges and takeover. Badges and takeover. Badges have become one of the main ways a player can set themselves apart from others. We know how important they are to the game and to the community. So one of the first things we did and the dev cycle was sit down in many meetings to reimagine what badges we should have in the game and how they should work. We came up with an impressive list of around 80 badges that allow players to express different strengths in for various areas of the game. We put in a ton of work to ensure that each badge has valuable and unique enough cater to just about any imaginable playstyle. We've even added neighborhood specific badges that enhance the physicality and flashy play of the playground. Hold up 1 minute right there. Let me just rewind. We've even added neighborhood specific badges. Okay, let that soak in for a second, alright? Neighborhood specific. What does that mean? That means there's more than one neighborhood, like we asked for. Okay. Now, I don't know if they did this at the start, if they started developing a neighborhood specific. Like, I don't know if they made one, or they heard of everyone complaining, like, halfway through the game, like, okay, we have to do this, kind of thing, you know? Because if they're working on it all year, then it's going to be very crispy, that all of the neighborhoods are going to be good. But I feel like if they only did it in half a year, or, like, even less, I don't know how good it's going to be. But hopefully, they'll nail it this year. I'm praying for you guys. I'm rooting for you guys too, kid. Because I'll be playing and grinding. I'm getting 99 overalls this year. Takeover returns in 2K20 with more content and new features. And thanks to all the feedback from the community and another year of testing under our belts, we've tuned the takeover abilities to much more balance across positions and playstyles. There's tons more talk about when it comes to badges, attributes, takeover, and improvements to player builds. So look forward to more info on that soon. We're very confident you guys are going to love the direction we're taking it. I definitely love one thing 100% is neighborhood specific badges. Damn, okay. So, closing thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the blog and got a sense of what you expect. So blah blah blah. He's just closing it out. So Mike, so with that, what do you guys think? Mike Wang, I think you're doing a great job so far. At least from what the notes are saying. They seem pretty good. Some of them, like the arrow for the lockdowns, are a little. I don't know about that, coach. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and down below, tell me some things I missed or some things that you guys got from these notes. But with further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.